Hey guys, very good morning to you. This is Brian once again from The Boring Husband. Before we start today, please subscribe to the tbh Substack, link down in the description. Okay, we update this very regularly, so if you guys want more news on the content that I'm covering, please do check it out in the link below. Okay, now without further ado, let's dive into today's topic. So last week, Thursday, pre-market, Grab reported earnings. Okay, now very briefly, okay, before even we go into the earnings report as a whole, okay, we know that where Grab is currently at, okay, is that they are still a loss-making company. Okay, despite being around for like God knows how many donkey years, okay, they are loss-making. We know that their primary business is mobility, so they disrupt the so-called transportation industry to get you from point A to point B. That one needs no introduction. We know that the management team of Grab has brought forward their first profitable quarter. So initially it was 2024, I believe it was first half, and then they brought it forward to now 2020 this year Q4. Okay, so in terms of fundamentals, that's where the company is at. Now, this earnings, to be honest, we don't really expect anything like they suddenly able to achieve a profitable quarter, blah blah. It's just too soon for that kind of stuff. But as investors, what we want to see is that yes, if the company is loss making, we can still bear with that. But we want to make sure that these losses are actually shrinking, and at the same time, we want to make sure that revenue is growing. Okay, at the very least, that's what you want to see. You want to make sure that you're earning more money and you are spending less money. Loss making, okay, still can bite the bullet for now. Okay, but okay, despite earnings coming in at beating analyst expectations. So let me just kind of pull out the numbers real quick. So analyst expectations was 490 million, but revenue came in at 525 million, representing a 130% increase year over year. So last year in this quarter it was 228 and now it's 525. So it's very, very good to show that revenues are almost double compared to the quarter before. But overall, there are problems with this report, so I'm just going to go through it real quick, okay? In terms of technicals, okay, the last week, when the earnings released, last week, the stock closed 13% lower, okay, but we can see that as of yesterday, which is Monday's trading day, based on the beautiful green candlestick that I'm seeing, the stock is up 11.07%, okay? So, this sell-off, was it warranted? Okay, the problem with this sell-off, okay, is with just three numbers. Okay, the first number is GMV, the second number is the number of users, and the third number is the GMV per user. Okay, so what's happening is that their GMV, okay, the merchandise value, grew by 3%. Okay, so not such a big deal there. Okay, but the number of users grew by 8%. Okay, so the problem here is very simple. If you are growing your users, okay, assuming that each user spends, if you have 10 new users on your platform and each user spends $1, you would expect to see $10, correct? Okay, but that's not the case. Okay, in fact, now the number is going down, meaning to say that you still have 10 new users on your platform, but instead of $10, they are spending maybe $8. Instead of $1, they are spending maybe 80 cents. So you are only getting $8 instead of $10. Okay, so this is the analogy. Okay, and this is the reason why investors sold off. Okay, investors feel that, okay, simply put, the platform, okay, is getting more users, but the increase in users is not proportionate to the increase in the users' average spend. Okay, so simply put, these days, inflation, right? People losing jobs, blah, blah, blah. Don't want to spend so much money. Okay? So, is this a problem that is specific to Grab, or is it a problem that plagues the entire macroeconomy? Okay, in my opinion, same what? Come on. Everywhere people are spending less, correct? Like, I don't know, I mean, except luxury brands are on different planet altogether. But overall, okay, everyone knows that we are now in like this kind of doom and gloom scenario, right? People are losing jobs, things are getting more expensive, and overall we are seeing people kind of spend less, just kind of day to day. Okay, so in my opinion, this sell-off is completely unwarranted and has nothing to do with the fundamentals of Grab. Okay, it has to do with the macroeconomy. Okay, last week. Okay, and when I wrote the article last week, I said, when I did the analysis last week, I said that the sell-off is complete crap. Okay, and then voila, we see Monday, we see new investors start to come in, the stock spiked by 10%. Okay, now I'm not a genius or anything. Okay, this is just my own personal opinion. Okay, I think that Grab is a great company. Okay, and I think that they are doing pretty well. I mean, they have pivoted from this idea of growth at any cost to growth at what cost, and this is actually very important because what we are seeing in the earnings, right? Okay, is that partner and consumer incentive fell by 22% and 36% respectively. Okay, now I am very very concerned when Grab gives incentives. Okay, because I'm sure you all remember in the pre-COVID era, you guys used to get Grab promo codes like every single day, right? Spend $10, get $4. And this went on for like a hell of a long time. Okay, and this was the era of growth at any cost. Okay, and we can see that the problem that one of the problems that I felt with this incentive program is that if Grab were to stop giving these promo codes, will they start losing, or no, not losing money, would they start earning less money? Okay, and one of the things that I noticed in this earnings report, right, okay, is that even though the incentives fell, okay, revenue continues to go up. Okay, that's a very good thing. Okay, that means that the mentality of the average user, right, okay, is now, screw it lah, okay, if Grab have incentive or no incentive, I'm still going to take it. I'm still going to grab there. Okay, and this concept of grabbing there, right, is very interesting. You know, among the older generation, when they eat tang yuan, they call it aboling. Okay, but aboling is not a tang yuan. Aboling is a brand. See, so it's very interesting. Now whenever you get from point A to point B, people say like, oh, let's Grab there. Does anyone say let's Tada there? Does anyone say let's Gojek there? Anybody say let's Comfort there, let's Zig there? No, they say let's Grab there. So this idea of the brand being cemented into the minds of consumers is very important, because one day, I believe that this, okay, of course, the brand stickiness, okay, will help people to, or will help Grab to achieve a monopoly. Okay, and this is very interesting because when Grab stops giving incentives, consumers has two options, right? Either to keep using the service or to go to other competitors who are in some way or another still giving incentives. But hey guys, look around us, man. If even Grab cannot afford to give incentive, you think people like Tada and Gojek can give incentive? No way. Okay, so it's very simple. Sooner or later, right, Grab's going to achieve a monopoly. It's going to be an unspoken one. Okay, but this is just how it's going to be. And I think as an investor, this is exactly what I want to see. Okay, so last thing. Okay, just want to sum up where we are at the moment. Okay, my bull case on Grab remains. Okay, number one, I think they will establish a monopoly in time to come. Number two, I think that their brand is cemented into the minds of consumers. Number three, the competition will fail. Okay, and number four, okay, given the fleet, okay, of Grab, okay, so the fleet is very important. Okay, so on-demand services means that you want it on demand. You book a car, you want it to come in like what, less than 5 minutes, right? If you see your Grab, the car say what 9 minutes away, well, I cancel the thing and find another one and find someone else. Same thing, okay? The fleet wise, Grab still has the biggest fleet in Singapore. I don't think I need numbers to prove that. Okay, and if Grab is losing drivers to other platforms, which I think is very unlikely, then so be it. But if not, I think that they're still going to be doing fine there. Okay, so this is my bull cases. My bear cases, okay, now this earnings report has one problem. Okay, now I remember about 2 years back, there was this very big hype. Grab, Singtel, hold hands together, open a bank together, digital bank. Wow, voila, Singapore now digital bank. Everybody think that Singapore is in a new era. Okay, that's complete nonsense. Okay, if you look at their earnings report, okay, if you go deep down, so they got like mobility, delivery, and then other businesses, and then financial services. Okay, now their financial services didn't really grow at all. Okay, because from what I see here, okay, financial services, the year-on-year change for payment volume was 2%. Okay, so it means that in terms of payment volume, well, I interpret this as they're just not getting any new customers in terms of this, financial services sector. But the upside, okay, is that even though volume didn't increase, revenue increased. Okay, so it means that somewhere along that line, they are starting to earn more money from this same group of customers, but they are not getting any new customers into the flow. Okay, so that is one problem. Okay, digital bank is not growing. And we want to see this digital bank segment growing because at the moment, it accounts for 10% of the business. So it means that it's still a very small business unit, long way to go in terms of growth. Okay, whereas your other more mature segments like mobilities and delivery, those are kind of big already. So if you want to see them like grow in like 2x, 3x, it's a bit impossible lah, okay? But overall, I think Grab is going to do great, okay? I'm not going to go too much on the technicals today because if you look at the chart, you can see that a channel is forming, end of story. Okay, but my bull thesis on Grab remains. On Friday, I loaded up more. Of course, once again, not a call or anything to buy or sell. I just feel that at the moment, Grab is still very very undercovered in this market. Okay, people still think that it's going to fail. Unfortunately, because of the toxicness of the internet, okay, we still see a lot of haters of Grab. Okay, but I myself personally, I believe that I've done my due diligence. I think that their losses are narrowing, and I look forward to their first profitable quarter, hopefully by the end of this year. With that, have a great day, guys. See you in the next video.